I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but man, the NFL's making it hard on me. Lions win on a great 2-point conversion that they practiced all week, that they warned the officials about, tried to help the officials. We are going to do this maybe at some point in this game. Game over, Lions win. But the officials think, wait a second, it's Jimmy Johnson night. It's Jerry Jones. It's the Cowboys. NFL legends are in the house. Goodell works for the owners, Jerry Jones, yet hires the officials as well. Random flag flies 30 seconds after the play. Actually, Cowboys win, Lions lose. We're going to talk all about it in this video and how now that the game has settled in, or the end of the game has come and gone, we're able to really look at what happened. It's even worse than it appears. Let's take a look at it. So here it is. Video and play itself clearly suggest that the Lions were telling the truth. Goff directed, and if you missed the play, we throw it to our tackle, Taylor Decker, and we'll explain why, what the rules are on that. Okay, so first off, before we can get into this, what the rules are is, since he's a lineman, he's typically a lineman. So if you are going to be eligible for a pass based on formation and things that you want to do, you have to come in and tell the official. Then the official has to tell the defense, hey, just so there's no surprises, technically he's eligible to go out for a pass, right? So you can't play these tricky games. Like rules have made it so it's like, hey, let's not, that way we don't have like guards going out for a pass. But it's like, well, he was lined up. I get that. Hey, I'm eligible. I'm telling you, I'm eligible. I'm eligible to catch a pass. So what the officials are saying is 68 never said he was eligible. 70 did, but clearly shows that Goff directed Decker to Allen. Allen's the official. There was a verbal exchange between the two. So right before the play, Decker goes up to the official. Decker knows he's going to catch the ball. Do you think he just said, hey, what's up? How's it going? Decker is telling him, I'm eligible. And then Detroit lined up what had the way it had intended and allegedly reported, but the official crew had announced the wrong player as being eligible. So he admitted later, and we'll look at it, that Allen, because skipper number 70 came in and out kind of reporting as eligible all game, and this was to set it up. Hey, 70's in, 70's out. He's eligible, 70's eligible, 70. This play, that's why they did it. Hey, 70's there. He doesn't say anything. 68 says something, but the officials go over and tell the Cowboys that 70 is eligible. They messed up. Simple. They messed it up. And then 68 touches the ball. And the official's like, whoa, wait, we said 70. Sorry, we said 70. We said 68, though. Unbelievable. So they asked the official afterward, which I like this, that he has to explain it. Why was there a penalty called on a 2-point conversion for an illegal touch? Great question. Straight up. Let's go. So we had a situation where if you were going to have an ineligible number occupy an eligible position, you have to report that to the referee. On this particular play, number 70, who had reported during the game a couple of times, there it is right there. He's like, he reported a couple times. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who cares that he reported a couple times during the game? On this play, 70 reported as eligible. And that is where he just tells on himself right there, because that was by design. We wanted 70 to come in, 70's eligible, so that when you hear it over the loudspeaker, because the official has to announce it and he has to tell it, when he tells those guys again, hey, Cowboys, 68 reported as eligible, they just hear another number or whatever. They messed that up. Then he lined up at the tackle position, so actually he didn't have to report at all. Exactly. He didn't. So he didn't report. Number 68, who ended up going downfield and touched the pass, did not report. So when he talked to you earlier, 30 seconds prior to that, and when Dan Campbell talked to you before the game to tell you this was going to happen, nothing there. Therefore, he's ineligible. Touching the pass goes beyond the limit, which, so the issue is 70 did report, 68 did not. So when Taylor Decker was talking to you 30 seconds prior, he didn't mention anything about being eligible, right? Like, that's the problem. There was a player that went to you just before that play. It was Decker. and he was talking to you. And then you went to the Cowboys defensive line to speak to them. What was that conversation about? So Decker's talking to him. And then right after that, the official goes to the Cowboys. That conversation is where number 70 reports to me. Oh, really? It was Decker. And then I go to the defensive team and I say to them, number 70 is reported as eligible receiver. But 70 wasn't talking to you. I mean, it's so there will be aware of the reported, and then I return to my position. That was the conversation with the defensive line. Man, next one. We noticed there were 2 flags thrown on the same play. Was there another penalty called on that play as well? Was there another penalty? We know what we're talking about here, man. We're talking about the illegal touching. He says, yes. Oh, there was another penalty. What was it? Do they offset? Like what was the other penalty? Because 70 report is eligible and was covered up with the line of scrimmage, that makes an illegal formation. So number 70 is illegal. That there wasn't. It's just there was flags thrown. Decker went to him, talked to him. They tricked the official. This is such a good play and such a great design and great preparation throughout the week. And we'll look at one other thing. So much good stuff throughout the week, preparation throughout the game, in that intense game. I mean, that was playoff football right there. You you tricked the official, and you even said, Mr. Official, we're gonna get tricky at the end, or we at some point be ready for it. And he's like, yeah, sounds good. And they tricked him. It's just like, oh my gosh, unbelievable. And the unfortunate part is it really takes away from the defense. The defense played outstanding. The Cowboys are averaging almost 30, 40 points a game at home. Last couple of games, they've put up close to 40. They're awesome at home. They are a home team. Jimmy Johnson, the whole thing. And the Lions say, look, we belong here. We're not a fluke. We're not going to get blown out like the Baltimore game. The defense is improved. Run defense was outstanding. Literally a blown play by Derek Barnes. Otherwise, the defense is outstanding in that game. That's what we needed to see, and that's what we saw. And so it's just so unfortunate. And it just, I said before the game, I said, I just had this feeling, right? Because there's so much external going on at that stadium where it's like, what's going to happen? I mean, and you wonder why Lions fans think the way that we do, and why we've got problems, mental problems when it comes to late in the game. And it's like, what's going to go against us? What is it? I don't know. It feels like something. And sure enough, it happened. So you take away from the defense, Derek Barnes, which I've said this long before this play. I don't understand how he's on the field. I watch him. He bites on if I see Derek Barnes and I'm the opposing team, I say, let's attack him. Let's attack him with a running back in space. Let's misdirection. If I play the Lions, it's misdirection stuff. And you see it work constantly. And Derek Barnes goes in, has an opportunity to just crush the quarterback for a safety, shock the world. And instead he turns his shoulder and just does what you see in like high school, right? Like stuff like that just cannot happen. And again, I don't know, like that for me was just huge, obviously huge part of the game. And it really takes away from the defensive effort against the Cowboys. Was outstanding. And I'll get back to the offense in just a second. Let's take another look at what Jared Goff had to say. So Decker said he went to referee Brad Allen and declared himself eligible. Thank you. And moments before, it shows Decker and Penei Sewell talking to Allen. Unbelievable. Before Dan Skipper ran on the field. And so I explained everything to him pregame to a T. He said, okay, I did that. 70 reported, 60 didn't. And we threw it to 68. That was the explanation. I explained everything to a T. That's Dan Campbell talking. I explained everything to a T. This is some possibilities. Hey, we've liked this lineup in a fake punt. So don't throw a flag. I'm telling you now, because it's confusing. It is. It's like, oh, 60. Okay. Yep. Got it. 68 eligible. The whole thing is crazy. So the Lions lose this game. And it's just, look, this is why. I mean, this is why you had to beat the Vikings last week. They did it. You're in. You're going to be a 3 seed. Maybe it's just better overall because you can then rest guys here in the last week of the season. The Lions are going to be the 3 seed now, and so rest up, take a semi bye here against the Vikings. Who knows? And just get ready for the playoffs and just say, okay, you just got to move on because was a fascinating game. The Lions proved that they're in position to be a team that can play. Now, the other thing that I thought the Lions put themselves in bad position with the over aggressiveness of Dan Campbell was the last thing I'll talk about is you got to kick field goals at some point. You just stay in the game. Just stay in the game. Remember, the Lions do a fake punt, which I thought was a great call. No one's expecting it. The momentum's against you. Great call. So then you go down and you get now in a 4th and 5 or whatever. Okay, we got aggressive once during this drive. Great. Let's take 3. We were going to get 0 this drive. Let's take 3. Again, the Lions go for it. Don't get it. That is killer. And then on this, the Lions should have just kicked the extra point, go to overtime. We're all disappointed. Let's keep on playing. It just, man, it doesn't feel good to see the Lions get so overly aggressive so much during this game when they did not have to. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. The Lions didn't have to get so aggressive. I thought that was a big part of this game. But overall, the Lions offense is what stirs the drink. The Lions offense has to put up more than 19 points. Even tonight, it was good enough, or even, last night, or whatever, it was good enough to get the job done because they scored 21. But we know the Lions need to score 24, 27 points. And then the defense is good enough. And the defense has shown vast improvement. Vildor's outstanding. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one, and we'll see all of you on the next one.